Today we're starting a 8-week series, and that series is called Everything You Need to Know About Facebook Groups. That's what we're going to be talking about, and we're going to be talking about it in relationship to effective messaging. In other words, you know, what is our goal? Effective messaging just simply means that you're addressing your goal, your messaging goal. So it means you're addressing it at a point where you're optimizing your approach to that goal and your method towards that goal. So what I want to talk about today is how many Facebook groups, or let's just say this, I want to ask you all a question, and that is, how many Facebook groups? Let me make sure I'm looking at the right, okay, here, my camera's right here. Okay, so I want to make sure. Okay, so how many Facebook groups are you all in right now? Everybody. Let me just ask a person. Kathy, how many Facebook groups are you in?
290.
Excellent. And then Sheena, how many Facebook groups are you in?
I'm honestly pulling that up right now. Hold on.
Well, let me go. I don't want to stop it. I bet that most of you wouldn't know the exact number of Facebook groups that there are on Facebook. Just imagine how many groups are on Facebook. I bet you none of you could tell me. Well, I bet you I can't tell you. So there's only one, or rather, there's only a few groups that you'll be able to think of immediately, right? Those that offer value to who? To you, in which you engage and build relationships with fellow members of the group. Now, what I'm going to speak about in this series is how to use Facebook to effectively grow your business. That's right, effectively grow your business. Today, I'm going to walk you through how to find targeted Facebook groups and how you can post in those Facebook groups. In other words, to generate sales, to generate leads. Facebook groups, you all need to know, are a great place to market any business, advertise your blog, and post content that serves your audience. Now, obviously, you don't want to be spamming in all these different groups, but it's a great place to both network and find great people to link up with, but also to share your blog and posts with others. And I routinely use groups to generate tons of businesses for Real Water and other companies that I've been associated with in the past. So I'm going to teach you how you can do the same thing, right? A couple of things I want you to keep in mind before I bring up the screen and start showing you some things. First, I want you to think about who your target audience is. Who are you really trying to get, right? And then, or rather, who is your niche? And so what you basically do first is let me pull up my screen here. Basically, as I share the screen here, I'm going to share it over here. So let's just go to Facebook. And so how do you find groups? You're on your Facebook page. You have to go to your search right here. And when you go to that search, what you want to do is type in the kind of group you want. So let's say health and fitness. We're all in the business of health and fitness, right? So for health and fitness, let's try health first. I did fitness earlier, but I want to take you through this. So when you type in health, notice that you got a few groups, a few videos, but where's the groups? I mean, this is what ideally most people do. They type in the group they're looking for. They might even type health groups. I mean, let's see what happens when you do that, because I want you not to, I want to make sure you're not bumping your head into a brick wall. G-R-O-U-P. So health group or health, let me put an S on the end of that. Health groups. And so I want you to notice that you do get some sort of health groups, and then you get articles and you get all kinds of stuff here if you do it that way. So this is not the way you would look for a group. The way you would look for a group is you would put the word health in, and then you would come over, look at my mouse, over to the word groups and click that. Oops, let's take the word groups out of here. Oh, oops, I'm sorry, that did it right, yeah, health groups. Let me make sure that it's doing it right, so let me just take that out one more time, make sure I didn't do it on purpose. There we go, and right. So I don't want the word group in there, so you don't want that in there. And then here on the left-hand side, it says filter results. So you can actually see here on the left-hand side, show any group, or do you want public groups, or do you want private groups? Now I'm going to talk about private and public groups in this series, but today we're going to look at all groups. And are you a member of the group? So are you looking for my groups? No. We're looking for any group because we don't want to just be in the groups that you're associated with. We want to join groups. So before I proceed in showing you how to join groups, I'm going to challenge you all. And what I want you all to do is join at least 10 groups using the method that I'm about to show you right now. So again, you put in health. If I put in fitness, just so you can see, you're going to get
DeMarco, how about something as specific as gout or diabetes or type 2 diabetes? Well, how many groups will show up on something like that?
You can put gout, you can put diabetes. So hold on 1 second. I'm going to give you an idea to do how to do that. Give me just a second here. Let's see where I'm going. Okay. Okay. diabetes. And this is great. Health or diabetes is great. I'm going to show you some other things, but look at this. You got them here. You got a whole list of diabetes groups. And I mean, it's a list. So let's use this as an example. I was going to show you something else, but let's go with this. So the very first thing you want to do is you want to read. I call this the organic approach. Organic, it means you're going to take a natural approach. Why? Because we want to get natural results and we want organic results. Because if organic results can produce quite a bit of real activity and real results. So the organic approach forces you to first make sure you look at the group you're interested in. So this has cardio, diabetes secrets, diabetes support. Remember, you want to join a group that you can post in. So this group has 60 posts. The first thing you want to look at is the amount of posts that are in the group, because you don't want to go in a group that's 9 posts, 10 posts. Some of those groups won't even let you post in them. So you want to go to a group that has like 250 posts. Look at that group. That's 250 posts. Then you want to open it up. I'm going to open this up real quick for you.
God damn it.
Hey, I just heard you, James. Mute your mic. Okay, so we go to the group, we open it up, and 2 types of diabetes. Now, this is an interesting piece that I'm finding here. On the left side, this is going to be the people you're associated with pages. Let me tell you, I'm going to talk to you about pages versus groups next week. But today we're talking about this diabetes and how to join and how to find groups. So the way you find groups is you got to look at the about and read the description. This description says, hello, welcome to the group. My name is Fiona and I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes in December 2017. Since then, I've been following a low-carb, high-fat way of eating. As a result, I've lost a substantial amount of weight. So this is a person that would be interested in real water. Great selection, Brent, because this person is going to be interested. Now, I also see something that I like. It's 22,000 members in this group. Another thing I look at here is I want to see who makes up the group. In other words, are they Americans mostly, or are they Indians, or are they Europeans? I mean, you want to kind of get a sense of who's in the group, and then you scroll down here and you want to see how many posts are in that group. So there's 140 new posts today. That's a lot of posts, but that also tells you that it's easy to post in this group. But it also tells you that it's possible you got maybe a slight chance of maybe not getting read as much. So you've got your challenge to make sure the title and what you write in this group is so attractive, so interesting that people can't help but want to see what you have to say. And there's one other thing here you want to take a look at, and that is how many members are joining this group in the last 30 days. And look at what it tells you, 4,400 have joined in the last 30 days. So this is a relatively new group. Have all those kinds of things in your head as you decide that, am I going to join this group or not? Remember, I'm only asking you to join 10 groups, 10 groups a day, 3 days a week. That comes out to 30 groups a week, 120 groups a month, and that's what I'm going to be looking for at the end of this series, that you all are in at least 240 groups. That's the goal. So you want to write that down as your goal. I want you to look at that goal. I'm going to ask you what your goal is next week, but that's what you want to do in terms of groups. So now I've seen all that I want to see in this group. I want to join the group. So I'm going to scroll back up and I'm going to click on join. And I've seen everything I want. And I want to make sure one other thing. I wanted to make sure that I can post in this group. So when I hit the join button right here, it's going to it's possible it could ask me some questions, and it is. So a lot of them will ask you questions, and you have to answer those questions to the best of your ability. Have you or someone you know been diagnosed with type 2 diabetes? And you want to put, I just put yes, absolutely. Have you read and agreed to the rules of this group? Well, that's what you got to do. Be kind. It tells you no promotions or spam. So that says this is not a sales platform, nor self-promotion, spam, or irrelevant links. Do not use this group to ask members to DM or PM you, okay? Respect everybody's privacy. So actually, when you look at this group, you can tell that this is going to be a group that you're going to educate them. And educate them with what? And let me show you what you're going to give them for education. So everybody here, I'm going to put this in the chat box. These are links to negative ion articles. I'm going to put this in it, but you want the negative ion articles that specifically talks about diabetes. And so I'm going to make sure all of these articles are listed under a title, but I'm also going to put this in your chat box right now so that you all have access to it. There are 13 articles here that you're going to be able to use. So let me put them in the chat box. And there they are. And everybody take that. Make sure you save that for yourself right now. Very important. Okay? Let me come out of there. Now let's go and look at, since I didn't want to answer the questions in that group, I've got some groups that I prepared for you today. So let's take a look at those. So I'm going to go here when I did, okay, here we go. I did a health piece. So I wanted to find out, you know, which health groups that I could go into that would work for what we're trying to do. So I looked at this one. This was a daily weight loss tips. Well, the reason I went to the weight loss tips is because I lost a lot of weight using Real Water and its products. So I went to weight loss for that reason. So when I got here, I went to the About page. Let me just show you this, because on the other one, About showed up right away, right? Well, the reason it showed up right away is those are private groups. And then private groups usually won't have an About on the side. Public groups will have an About on the side. So here's your public group. I'm going to click on About. Now I'm going to find out what I can post in here. It says read weight loss tips and follow this and become healthy and fit. There's 68,000 people in this group. Remember I told you to look at these things. 10,000 new posts over the last 30 days, 751 posts today, 68. So these people are getting a lot of posts. Again, when you see this high number, you've got to make sure what you post in this group is something that is catchy. And so I'm going to join this group, and we're going to see if they, between now and next week, I'm holding this group up, so I'll list these groups and show you next week. Let's see how long it takes for them to let me in. I'm hitting the join button. I click up, and it's pending, and it didn't ask me any questions actually. So I'm able. This one, I'm just waiting on them to let me in. Let's look at the next one that I've set aside for you. And here's another private group. And this private group, notice it says all natural herbs and home remedies. So they're going to be interested in what you have to say about health and Real Water, especially in these articles that I just shared with you. And it says here, you can share off this page or add things. No drama is permitted. This is to help people who are wanting alternative medical plants that heal, but make sure you do your research on everything posted to this page. Again, it's very important. Now let's look at this. 27 new posts today, 761 posts. This page, I'm recommending that you want to join this immediately because you don't have a lot of competition in what you write. You still want a strong title, but you don't have a lot of competition. This is a good group to join. I would say if you're going to join 10 groups a day, try to join groups that are half of them to be like this and the other half to be massive groups. 25,000 members in here. That's really good for only 27 articles so far. So I'm liking what I see here. So I want to join this group. Can't wait to join it. So let me go ahead and click join. There we go. It's going to ask me these questions. So no spam, porn, drama, business, pimping, causing problems in general, live videos, watch parties, blocking the admins, mods, none of that. Do you agree? And I'm going to say yes. Feel free to post things related to natural remedies, homeopathic and organic products, and absolutely no fake doctor info. Okay, so feel free. So yes, I have lost a lot of weight. See. And we'll sell my approach. And that's what I'm saying. I agree to these rules, and you can look at these rules, absolutely none of the above. Absolutely no spam. They already told you that. No fake and good manners. That's basically it. I'm going to click on I agree there, and I'm submitting, and we should be able to join that group with no problem. So that group was, okay, so I've submitted. I guess it, okay, oops. Answer these questions will help admins review your pending membership. So I answered the questions already, right? So we should not, it should go to pending. Let's look at the other one, because this did not go into pending. We'll figure out that later. Let's look at the next one. So the next one, here's another private group that I found. Again, I like some private groups because they have people in it that I know. Why is that important? Let me tell you quickly. Because you can actually call one of these friends in the group, and you can tell them to go ahead and accept you in the group. And they will see the administrative desire for you to want to get in the group, and they will click on enable, and you're in their group. So this is another way to get in groups that you want to get into, because there's people that are in the group that can actually approve your membership. So that's why I wanted you to look at this piece. And again, it's health and beauty tips, and you can see the kind of people that are in the group here. There's only 3 posts a day, but look at the membership, 272,000. This is a huge group. 73 posts in the last 30 days. This group you're going to have your way with. And the goal will be, and I'll talk about it next week, is to begin to befriend people in the group so that you can begin to develop relationships. Again, that's another meeting. We'll talk about that later. Now let me go to a few more, and then we'll close out. So this one is a public group, right? And you can see it's medical, science, and health group, acupuncture group. And I'm going to have to click on the about so we can understand what kind of group this is. This medical group made for your medical knowledge increase. No unnecessary posts. Expect medical questions. So these would be some questions that you can throw in this group, and you will meet people through this. Post medical related. You can add your friends. So what I would post in here is really, I would definitely post our articles. Why? Because our articles, our posts are actually pointing to doctors that are supporting the negative ion concept. So this is a very good group for you to join. It's got 335,000 members. You've got 7 posts that you can post in that day, and you got 7 posts today already, 2,000 in the last 30 days. Again, this is looks like a good group to get into. I'm going to go ahead and join it. Let's see if they ask me any questions. I'll answer them quickly. And okay, here's the question. Soon approved by, okay, so this is the person that will approve me. Write your answer. Membership is pending approval. Answer these questions. And there's really no questions from the admins to help. There's really no questions here. Write my answer. I want to be in this group because okay, that's what I normally do. I'm a health fanatic. So let me in. So I just push that button, and normally, but what's good about groups like this, and this is why I wanted to get to this page, it then gives you other groups, suggested groups that you can join. Here's one, 136,000. Here's another one, 217,000. Let's go look over, because I had a few I wanted to show you. When you see that, those are gold mines. So I did pull one up, and this is the last piece I'm going to go over before we close out, because we close at 7:30. So where is my little health piece that I got here, sitting here? There it is. So this one is another one suggested. Now, I'm not going to join these groups. These are not groups I want to join, But I'm just showing you that they give you these nice suggested groups to join. Friend groups, popular groups. This is another page. What I'm going to do with this page is I'm going to put this in the chat box, and I want you guys to all review it, take a look at it, and I think that this will enhance your interest in wanting to do this, because you're going to see a lot of groups in this process. That's why I'm sending you the link that you might want to join. So here, I'm going to put this in a link. Make sure you copy all those links so that you can actually find groups to join for next week. I'm going to be looking and asking everybody about their groups next week. On next Thursday, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to you, Brent. I appreciate everybody listening here. That's it for today's lesson. You all now know how to find groups. You all now know how to join those groups. If you have any questions, make sure you have them ready for us on Thursday. Brent, you want to take it over?
Sure. So I just want to emphasize again, DeMarco is an expert in this area, and what he's providing is such foundational knowledge that all it takes is action. I mean, he's given you the recipe. All you have to do is put these ingredients together and you will be successful, because we all know, just like DeMarco said, he lost a lot of weight. We know people with type 2 diabetes, gout, indigestion, all kinds of stuff has just gotten so much better because of the real water, and it's foundational. Water, it works with everything. It's the most important thing of everything. It's like the foundation of all. So it's just a matter of doing these things and you will be successful. So it's up to you. It's up to you. Go into action or wish. Go into action or wish. I suggest you go into action. Well, like I like to always say, to an elevated lifestyle, may you flourish and prosper, and thank you so much for being on today.